How are you really feeling right now? Let's pause and check in with ourselves. Welcome to day 24 of the Transform 365 challenge. This week, we are focusing on mindfulness and emotional awareness, practices that help us stay present and connected to our inner world. Today, we are doing an emotional check in, a simple yet powerful way to understand what's going on inside of us. We often move through our days on autopilot, reacting to situations without fully understanding how we feel or why we feel that way. An emotional check in gives you the space to pause, reflect, and process your emotions instead of being controlled by them. Find a quiet moment during your day to pause. This could be in the morning before you start your tasks, during a lunch break, or in the evening when things are a bit calm. Sit down or stand still. Close your eyes if that feels good. Take a few deep breaths. Allow yourself to settle into this moment. And now, gently ask yourself these three questions. What am I feeling right now? Take a moment to identify your emotions. Are you feeling calm, anxious, excited, frustrated? Maybe it's a mix of emotions. That's okay too. Try naming your emotions as specifically as possible. Instead of just saying stressed, you might notice that you feel overwhelmed or worried about a specific task. Instead of just saying happy, you might realize you feel grateful or content because of something very specific. Then ask yourself, where do I feel it in my body? Emotions often show up as physical sensations. Anxiety might feel like tightness in your chest or butterflies in your stomach. Joy might feel like warmth in your chest or lightness on your shoulders. Anger might feel like tension in your jaw or heat in your face. Observe without judgment. This step is the key. Whatever emotions come up, observe them without trying to change or judge them. There is no right or wrong way to feel. If you notice frustration, acknowledge it by saying to yourself, I'm feeling frustrated right now. Then take a moment to sit with that feeling instead of pushing it away. If you notice joy, allow yourself to fully experience it without worrying about whether it will last. Think of this practice as holding space for yourself. It's about giving your emotions the attention they deserve without letting them take over. Then reflect on what you learned. After a few minutes of checking in with yourself, take a moment to reflect. Did any particular emotion stand out? Did you notice any patterns? For example, do certain situations trigger specific feelings? How did it feel to simply acknowledge and sit down with your emotions? This reflection helps you build emotional awareness over time, making it easier to respond intentionally rather than react impulsively. An emotional check in is like the mental reset button. It helps you to process your emotions instead of bottling them up or letting them control you. It helps you build self awareness by understanding how emotions show up in your body and your mind. And it improves your emotional regulation so that you can respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. This practice is especially helpful during stressful moments when emotions can feel overwhelming. It gives you the tools to pause, reflect, and regain control. Take 5 minutes today for an emotional check in. Pause, ask yourself what you're feeling and where you're feeling it, and observe without judgment. What did you notice during these practice? Share one insight in the comments or post about it using the hashtag Transform365. I would love to hear how this practice is helping you connect with yourself.